Okay, so in this video we're looking at an introduction to algebra, and it's a really exciting topic, a really exciting first video on algebra, because algebra is often a topic feared by a lot of students. If we build up from the fundamentals, I'm confident you can teach and take your way through the algebra topics. Okay, so without further ado, this will be quite a short video, but let's begin on an introduction to algebra. Now, up here I've got 3 times 5, which is equal to 15. Okay, and this here is a very specific calculation. Okay, there's only one solution. 3 times 5, it has to be equal to 15. But what about if I wanted to change, for example, the number 5, okay, in this calculation? I wanted to change this to another number. Well, we can use algebra to show this number. So instead of using the number 5, okay, I can use this here, which we call algebra. And this x is called a variable. So variable in the name, varying, variable. The value can vary. Okay, so now this value of x, it can be anything. I could choose it to be, let's say, 100. So I would now have 3 times 100, which is equal to 300. Or this variable, I could choose it to be, let's say, 25. So I'd have 3 times 25, which is 75. Or x could be equal to negative 2.7. So you'd have 3 times negative 2.7. Okay? The key thing is, right, until you assign this variable a specific value, the value can change, okay, which means this expression can change value. And this is the beauty of algebra, because this above here, 3 times 5, it's a really specific calculation. But the value of this expression calculation can change depending on what the value of x is. In this case, right, x, it can be anything. Until we assign it a specific value, it can take on any value, like I've chosen here. And this is the beauty of algebra. This expression, okay, it can change. The calculation will change. Okay, so that's that. Also, right, 3 times x, we can write this more simply in algebra as 3x. 3x means 3 times x. We're just writing it in a more simplified way, as you'll see in later videos. And we use symbols to represent these variables. So in this case, right, I've used the letter x, which is a very common letter to use in algebra, okay? But you can use any other letter. So you could use x, you might also see y, you could use a, you could use anything, or you could use any other symbol. So you could use things like a question mark, you could use anything, you could even use a dog if you wanted to, right? But in high school maths, right, we're going to probably be using letters now, and x is a really common one to use, okay? Just one other thing to look at really, right, so we've seen that 3 times 5 is 15, okay, and we said, well, if I wanted that value of 5 to change to another number, okay, I can use a variable to show that, okay, so I've got 3x. But if I do put this equal to 15, well, this is now an equation, okay, I've got an equal sign, an equation that I can solve, okay. So here we're saying, well, 3 times what is equal to 15? Well, the value of x we know is going to be 5, because 3 times 5 is equal to 15. But again, the beauty of algebra is, let's say now I wanted to change this number 15 to, let's say, 18. So I've got a new equation, 3x is equal to 18. Well, now my variable is going to change from x being equal to 5 to x being equal to 6, because 3 times 6 is 18. So again, you can see the beauty of algebra, right? If I change my equation, if I change this number to 18, my variable is going to change value from x being equal to 5 to x being equal to 6. Okay, so if you change your calculation, right, algebra can help us find our solutions, right? That's really good. Okay, so that's a very brief introduction to algebra. Hopefully it was useful. Thank you.